Hello, we're back for episode 113. 213. I went back. Instead of 2013, I went to... There we go. All right. 213 episodes. I mean, it's not... We're all right here. I think we're... It is a downpour going on right now. It's a deluge of rain and wind. And we're in Key Largo, the Keys bartender. I was discussing with my co-host here, Papa Joe, and Jenna.
It's me. I'm here.
No, we're just trying to keep the rain off the equipment. That's pretty much it. Is there anything coming in this way? Not too much. I think we're all right.
I think we're good.
Yeah, I don't know if you hear any of this, folks, but it is coming down. Dogs and cats. Remember that was...
What did they say about that? It was raining dogs and cats because people...
Dogs and cats. No, cats and dogs. Remember in one of the Bruce Willis movies, the guy says, "Oh, it's raining dogs and cats." And Bruce Willis goes, he figures out they're Eastern European mercenaries, and he kills them all. You know what I mean? It's fucking, you don't want to say raining dogs and cats in front of Bruce Willis, because, oh, you're a fucking alien?
Yeah, but wasn't that because of people that used to have huts? They lived in huts, and with tikis like this on the top, and then they would realize that stray cats and stray dogs would make their homes in the thatching on top of their mud house roofs.
Oh, I thought it was because of the water. And then the water spouts like crazy, every so often because of the stray dogs in the Everglades, they'd be sucked up in the water spouts, and their people would be on the beach Fort Lauderdale, and when that water spout came down, they'd be dropping dogs and cats right on their ass.
That's a movie. Dognado.
Yeah, I still think it was.
You got a guy running around with little poodle attached, toy poodle attached to his penis.
So some dude
on a nude beach
had a cat and a dog that lived on the roof of his house, and it rained a lot, and then they slipped out. They were like, "Feck," and there was like boom, boom, cats and dogs falling out.
It's raining cats and dogs.
Oh, it's raining cats and dogs.
Okay, well, I was one summer I was in New Jersey, and I was taking a shower at the outdoor shower at the rental property we have in Seattle, New Jersey, and I came out, and the guys decided to have a water balloon fight.
You came out?
It was raining. I came out of the shower. Naked. Because there was a security fence, as you do. No, out of the security because I wanted to get sand off me. And I was pelted with water balloons, and it was raining condoms. And I was so fucking pissed because they were the good fucking condoms. I had a box of whatever they sold me, box of 48 condoms. And they went through 24 of them. And they go, "You weren't going to use them." And I said, "I just got fucking down here, guys." And let me say, I used those 24 condoms, and I had to get more. You know, if I knew you're going to have to do something stupid,
if you need to do that,
I could go to the A&P and buy fucking balloons for you if you feel the need to throw water on a guy who's just freshly showered.
So there was water in them, right?
Yeah. A&P stands for what, Papa?
I didn't have a gallon.
What's an A&P?
What are you talking about? You can't have a secret A&P. Oh, it's a supermarket.
A&P is the initials. I don't know what it stands for.
Atlantic Pacific. It's a supermarket in the Northeast.
A&P Grocers.
Oh.
I just didn't know what the A&P stood for.
Oh, Atlantic Pacific.
Okay.
Oh.
It was a nationwide grocery store.
Oh,
one time.
Okay.
Called it A&P. And it was the Acme, it was Superfresh, and all this stuff.
Well,
just like you had the Piggly Wiggly down here. The Winn-Dixie's been around for a long time.
Yeah, but what was it called before Winn-Dixie?
We called it the
Winn-Dizzle. What was the second name of Winn-Dixie?
Piggly Wiggly?
Nope.
Wiggly?
Quick Check.
Quick Check?
Quick Check.
Okay. It wasn't Pig Fuck?
No.
Okay, so we had a little meeting right before this show, and I just want to say there was an amazing discovery I had. It made me smile that on one of the podcast sites, and I think it may have been Apple, at the bottom of it, it said, if you like this show, perhaps you'll like these two other shows. And what shows they had? They had Joe Rogan and what did I say the other name?
Tony Robbins.
Tony Robbins. I forgot the name. I'm drinking this.
Is it good?
It's IPA. It's got a high content, so. But it's right in the sweet spot where I want to be. I want to be funny, but I don't want to be harsh. Oh yeah, I try to be a nice guy. sometimes I do come off like I've been called an asshole, and since I'm from Philadelphia, being called an asshole, we'll go and say, "Oh, thank you."
You're not doing your job if someone doesn't call you an asshole.
I know, but then you say, "Hey," someone calls, "Hey, you're kind of an asshole," and you go, "Well, thank you, thank you very much." But I don't necessarily. That's not my outlook on life. So to be halfway between Tony Robbins and Joe Rogan as a suggestion. I don't know if they're showing our show, if you like this, maybe perhaps. But if you can, if your listeners out there, if you can, become subscribers and share the show, maybe we can do a little more with it. And we just did a previous show. We did a reach around
It was
to Australia, our friends in Australia. It was a reach around, hands around the globe, below the waist pants. The waist.
Well,
what?
I felt like I was grabbing Australians.
Mm-hmm. Cupping your balls ever so lightly.
Just gently cupping balls.
Gently cupping balls and thanking you for listening.
Those Australian outback men.
We've had a couple, to talk about countries and stuff. We're in the Keys, and the Keys are a destination much like Australia and Croatia and Tahiti and Japan or whatever place you're from that has things to do and things to see. Tourism, yeah. There's some draw. I mean, Florida, we have Disney World. It is a great, I know, but it is great draw. It's a great draw. You can't deny it. You can't say Paris isn't a great draw for that, or let's pick another place. Moscow. Why does
it just sound cold? What does Moscow mean?
That's a good question.
What does Moscow mean in Russia? Like in Russian? Like, it just sounds cold. Does that just mean like cold place?
Moskva.
What does that mean?
That's a Russian Moscow. For Moscow.
I have no idea what it means.
I would like to know what it means. I bet you it means
cold
place. Place where it never stops fucking raining.
It's amazing how certain cultures, if you look about for the spread of it, there was like the small nascent beginnings that small groups of people become a nation state. And it was just a small group of merchants, traders along the Volga that became the Rus. They were R-U-S, I think they're Rus. And they were around from the Roman times. And just like the Chinese, there were small beginnings for them. I mean, they had some great dynasties and stuff like that. Same thing with Japan, in South and Central America. Everyone had it. And then we had the Anglo-Saxons, small groups of people that became prolific. And they just grew and grew and grew, and there's nothing you can fucking do to stop them. It's like one of those families, like something in 19. What's that fucking family on the
Kardashians?
No,
Brady Bunch.
Oh, the Brady Bunch. Oh, fuck. Kardashians. All I thought it was the big ass of Kim Kardashian. How the fuck is that a thing? I can look at her. I can see she's attractive. But that vapid conversation think about what they're concerned about, what their day-to-day routine is.
I have to say that J-Lo now looks like she has a tiny butt.
Okay.
Compared to the rest of them.
No,
she's no Kardashian.
The Kardashians are like
she's no Kardashian.
License tags on their asses because they're
she's no Nicki Minaj. But
there's nothing wrong with a big ass. There's nothing wrong with a big ass.
Yeah.
But
That's
marketing
a big ass.
I know, but marketing it as something just like a tiny ass or whatever thing like big. I mean, every so often you see someone. Oh, Abby. For some reason, the Polish people have something about big tits, really big tits, and I mean really, really big tits. And there's this video that was sent to her, and it's one Polish woman playing the violin and the other playing the piano, and the tits are so big on them, you're just thinking, holy shit. What are they doing with their what's happening to the lower back? What's going on? And they're just moving around lightly. They can't even really navigate movement. like walking, or maybe going down a crowded hallway. I mean, how the fuck would you get? I mean, just to go that big, that ridiculous big. I know if you're a dancer, or exotic dancer, that is a thing. But why would this pendulous thing, this huge, why would you do that to yourself?
Were they enhanced, do you think, or were they just natural?
Are you joking?
I don't know. There's some women that have just really large breasts.
No, these were enhanced. They were ridiculous.
It's like
actually, they were so big that they had the production quality of it. They had the money if they needed to. They should have been cut down. And these women, I guess, I mean, you don't even look. I'm looking at them. I look at the boobs and I look at the thing, and they're covered. But I don't want to see them. And I love boobies. I love boobies. I love them.
All stretch marks and everything?
Well, no, but not necessarily. I never understood the big. I never understand the big. I can understand the enhanced one, but then, and now I'm not belittling you. You got to feel good about yourself and stuff, but carving yourself up, there's a lot of things you can do to make yourself. I see people, they go and get a boob job, but they don't go to the gym. Get the boob job and you still got if you still have a big gut and a big butt and thunder thighs and stuff like that, well, maybe spend a little money on a personal trainer and a deal meal or whatever they got there, fucking, and do that.
Eat some salads.
Eat salad. Eat fucking salad. You're going to feel so much better about yourself. You don't need to get size 56, triple Ds or triple Es.
Well, now they have, for men, they have, the pec implants, the back implants, the thigh implants.
Hey, I'm as shallow as they come when it comes to look. I work out. I try to work out on my belly. I mean, there was a Mike Myers bit, and goes like this middle-aged man. Remember middle-aged man? And he's just going, you're looking at my gut. I'm working on it. I am working on it. I'm up to 150 sit-ups during the thing. I'm trying to get up to maybe, I don't know how many I need. Maybe 300. 300 in session may do it. I'm going to get 300 regular sit-ups. I think my gut may, or maybe I just have enormous muscles in my gut, and then maybe.
Well, when your abs begin to develop out, it pushes your gut out. You have to lean out.
You know what?
Do ab work.
You know what I'm going to do? It doesn't have to be flat. I want it to be strong, to have a strong core. So my back, I strengthen my back, I strengthen my abs so I can walk straight and things like that. I'm not that vain. I realize I'm 56 years old. So big deal. As long as I can do the things I have to do and.
Yeah, well, we're fighting our culture. Our culture is constantly hammering us, to look like a 20-year-old.
Well, no, I'm never gonna look. I'm not gonna have that waist anymore.
You gotta kind
But
of.
then again, I ate that pizza today. Had a meatball.
Well, I'm gonna eat pizza here shortly, and I really don't care.
Oh yeah, really? You ordered some?
We will. You want some pizza?
We have pizza. I have Enrico's pizza.
You can do 350 sit-ups to work that one out.
Oh Jesus Christ! So I'm gonna do that on Thursday. I rode about 200. 2,000.
Oh, that's right. You have your spinning class.
Well, no, I rode too. Well, today wasn't a spinning class. I lifted, and this is my routine, folks. Just so you know, spinning. What's so funny about that?
What's spinning? Spin class, spinning class.
It works. Well, either one. I didn't know why you were laughing. I go like this. What's so funny about either one?
Okay.
Oh, you know what? If someone incorrectly says something about something, like if someone calls martini and they get in the neighborhood of it, that's what it is.
I thought it was cute.
Someone calls me Larry. Someone goes like, "Hey, Larry, how you doing?" If they said it with a smile on their face, I'm not going to say my name's Jim.
I want a martini.
That's close enough. You want vodka? Matka. If you said matka.
That's like Moscow.
Mm-hmm. Close. Going back to Russia, what's the word that Italians use for Moscow?
What?
Moscow. My last name.
Oh, really?
Yeah, that's how you. I first saw my name.
Joey Moscow?
In a banner in the Italian newspaper. I thought they were talking about my family.
Oh, really?
They weren't. It was a headline about Moscow.
Yeah, I always thought, the weird thing about this show is going to be about everything, but they get Irish people, German people on this, I get, but they always sell. About 30 years ago, they started doing this. These family coats of arms. 40 years ago.
Don't you question that sometimes?
Oh, it's bullshit. It's total bullshit. And they had a Rand family, and they had like 3 lions on a green field. I said, that was so lame. Who picked that one? 3 lions. I mean, they had lions in England maybe at one time. You know they had lions in England?
No.
Yep.
But the lion was the sign of royalty, correct?
Yeah, but they had lions.
Or nobility, I should say.
Yeah, nobility. And supposedly they come up with this name and they break it down in Celtic and all this stuff. Who drain and all this stuff. And all of a sudden, the guy, the ancestor in far Celtic was the head charioteer or something. Chariots! Which, when the fuck in Ireland they had chariots and stuff. They had in Roman times maybe and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, but not in Ireland.
You know, I looked into my coat of arms in Italy, and it was it was a stick figure running away from a cannon. So,
what?
That was a joke, and if you're an Italian and you took that personal, sorry, but not sorry.
Yeah, well, no, they used to tell the jokes of my stepmother was half Italian, half Polish, and she says when she was going to school, whenever they said the Italians, they do this thing, I surrender, every time they say it. Right, but it was like 1950, 1955. They were still reliving. It was like being a Dallas Cowboys fan. They're still reliving their glories of the 1970s and 1990s. It's years ago. Hey, listen, I'm a Philadelphia Eagles fan and stuff like that. It was 2017, I'm going to say, when we won our Super Bowl.
I think so.
2017. We still relive it and stuff like that.
Why not? Listen,
I know.
I still get excited about the perfect season with the Dolphins. It's the only thing you can get excited about with the Dolphins. Hey, you know what? Perfect season.
You know what the exciting thing you do about that? Next season, it's a very good possibility they're going to do better.
I've been hearing that.
Then they're going so bad this year. There weren't I've been down here 12 years. I've never seen a team that's bad.
Oh, they're horrible.
I've never seen a Miami team this bad. I saw an Eagles team that bad. Oh, yes. Oh, yes. If you're an Eagles fan, you just got to stick around. And you know what? If you stick around, let's get it. Before we sign off for the first break and stuff like that, if you can stick around with a friend or a partner. Now, obviously, if someone's harmful to you and they're hurting you and it's detrimental to your existence, you should break it off and go on. But if you can stick around and encourage that person to come along and succeed, the success you will experience and the gratitude you'll experience once that person comes along, much like the Miami Dolphins, when they come around, much like the Philadelphia Eagles in 2016, so many times they got close, and they always couldn't quite get it. There was great team. You think, Buffalo, oh my God, those poor bastards with Jim Kelly. They'd have these great teams. Miami Dolphins with Dan Marino. Oh, incredible teams and stuff like that. And they couldn't make it. Or before John Elway won with Denver, before he won his first one. And you stick around and you're loyal and you're there and you say, like, you're not going to be that fair weather thing. You're not going to be that prick from Virginia Beach that says, well, I'm going to pick Dallas as my team. Well, look what you did, man. You picked Dallas as your team and haven't had shit in 20 years. Good luck. Good luck with that shit. Stick with your local team. Love them. Just like you do with your friends and your family members.
Go Packers.
Yeah, go Packers. There you go. They're going to come back. Eagles beat them on Thursday night, though.
That was a great game.
I don't want to hear any of that.
That was a great thing. You don't have to hear it. Stick with your team, though. Be loyal to your team. And if you're from Dallas and you support Dallas, fine. You fucking cherry pickers picking teams from other places just because they're winning.
Ryan, Mike, Matt, go Packers.
They're not always, winners aren't always going to win and losers aren't going to always lose. There's two things that happen in life. You're either winning or learning.
If you're not first, you're last.
No, that's Ricky Bobby.
I'm going to come at you like a spider.
No, Ricky, that's not true. You could be second.
I'm
you
all
could be
hopped
third.
up on Mountain Dew.
You could be fourth.
No.
You could be fifth.
Not everyone gets a trophy.
Yeah.
You're either a winner or you're a loser.
Okay, folks, we're going to take a break.
If you want to get your information about the Florida Keys straight from the locals who live here and the ones who love it here, we've got you covered. Visit 43keys.com as your source for everything Florida Keys. Sign up for our newsletter and you'll always be up to date on all the Keysy stuff that's going on down here. Go to 43keys.com. That's the number 4, the number 3, keys.com and sign up today.
And we're back. Okay, we were just, I guess we went off a little about that. But we talked about sticking to your team. Your team or a person, you're not always going to lose. Sometimes you're going to be a winner and sometimes the winners are going to be losers, right? Right? Let's get back to old things remembered. Old things new. This past Saturday, I was getting a message on Facebook previous to that. Someone named a friend of mine, Kevin McNichols. I knew the name. I'm 56 years old. This was over 25 years ago back up in Philly. And I thought he was a guy I knew from one of my favorite bars, McGeehan's at Common Cottage in Philadelphia. I assumed it was him. I recognized the guy and stuff like that, and we'd come back. I knew it would all flood back. Guy says, I'm going to be there Saturday. I knew I was working Saturday. I said, great. I didn't have to give him directions to where I live and stuff like that. Not that I would have had a problem with, because I had a good feeling about this guy. So Kevin comes walking in. I wave. I say, come on in, sit wherever you want. And I didn't recognize who he was. And he goes, Jim. And I go, Kevin? Then I realized I worked with this guy over 30 years ago. He was friends with my father. He was friends with me. And I had to put a perspective to it. And he started, the nice thing about it, we came in and we started talking, we started rehashing all the times. He started telling all the stories that I had told my coworkers before. And he thought I was bullshitting. And he told about the Christmas parties. They used to have these parties on Christmas Eve. We used to call it Happy Birthday Baby Jesus. We used to do ones on Good Friday, Waiting for Christ. Wake for Christ. We did those. I mean, okay, we're a Catholic community, so when your Catholics go bad, they go really bad. They do. That's the fucking thing for it. So we had kegs and beers, and I had a big loft apartment, had 25-foot ceilings. We had our bedrooms on the second floor. My buddy and I we had our bedrooms on the second floor. I wanted to get a fireman's pole down. That would have been like the monkeys had there.
That would have been awesome.
But I did get a 20-foot tree. I had a friend who had a Christmas tree lot, and I had a small, compact, town and country Chrysler wagon. And the guy said $50 any tree on the lot. I picked the biggest tree. Why the fuck? The guy had a Christmas tree lot. It was a distribution lot for all the other.
So you drove
trees.
a minivan?
No, it was a station wagon.
Oh, okay.
Town and country. Oh, you heard town and country, Dave. It was a small wagon.
Chrysler Town and Country.
It was a small
that's
town and
a
country.
minivan.
No, it had the fake wood application.
Oh, you had a Woody.
I used to have a Woody all the time back then.
My mom had one that was blue.
So, yeah.
And then it was a Ford.
Yeah.
And it was a Country Squire.
I meant it that way.
Country Squire.
Okay, well, like that.
Yeah.
So, the guy said he was a distribution lot for all the tree lots in Northeast Philadelphia. And he had one tree. And I said, what the fuck are you going to be using that for? So I grabbed it and looked at it. He goes, really? Like I was a little kid that ordered the Hungry Heifer 40-ounce steak, right? Like, what are you going to do with it? And the tree went 2 or 3 feet past the grill and 3.5 feet past the tail. And luckily, when I was getting the tree, one of my best friends, I was in his wedding, was coming to get his tree, and he followed me back to the loft with his brother. And we put that on a cargo cart, because it was an old factory loft. And we took the tree, we took it into the cargo elevator, took it up, and I brought it up there, and he said, how are you going to get this tree? How are you going to get the stand in it? It had about a 14-inch.
Oh, God.
Yeah. The trunk was 14 inches on the bottom. And I'm like, oh, fuck. So we ended up getting a big wash basin. I put a big wash basin there, of the tin basin. And I got a rope, and I threw it over a storm drain in a roof. And I hoisted it up. And we put some of it, before we hoisted it up, we put some ornaments on the top. And obviously there was a bunch of broken ones when we finally got it up. We tried to lock them on by closing the hooks. Yeah, I mean, I'm fucking methodical a little, but I got it up there, and then we decorated the rest using poles and shit like that. It looked like the tree in the center of Whoville. with the lights going all the fucking around. And eventually, I have to tell you, that tree, when we took it down, my buddy brought a chainsaw in, Ed, and he cut it down, and he threw it out the fucking factory windows that opened up, and threw it right onto the sidewalk.
Well, yeah.
And tied it up and all that stuff. He tied it up afterwards. But
so get to the part about your short friend that you were going to hoist.
So I had the Christmas tree, and I had a big party, and I'm drinking. It was great. It was a great party. It was one of those parties you'd see. A big loft apartment was cold. It was 25 degrees outside. The windows were frosted. People had a great time. It's Christmas Eve. I'm thinking, no one's going to fucking show up. Jim goes, my buddy goes, Jim, no one's going to show up. It's Christmas Eve. Everyone's going to do family. They say, well, they get done with their family. You got to go fucking someplace else. There's only so much time you can spend with your fucking family. Don't you know? At 9:30, we're wall to wall. Kevin shows up. I forgot about the incident. Someone's talking. We're hanging out. I'm talking to my dad, and my dad comes. He goes, I can't believe you're doing it on Christmas Eve. We do our Christmas Eve over to the house, but now you do a party. Something like that. I said, Dad, I'll be over on Christmas. So, they said that I said to Kevin McNichol hey, listen, we need an angel for the top of the tree. I'm going to and he said I started wrapping a cord around him. And I was going to throw the other end over the thing, and we were going to tie him up and put him on the top of the tree.
That would have been awesome.
I know, but that is humiliating for a grown man and stuff like that.
Short people unite. God, I don't want to be the top of anybody's tree.
We'd let you hold some light.
It was a great.
Okay,
it was a magical party.
You get a crowd.
Okay, I'll do it. I'll do it.
Little Italian guy, Jude, young guy, nice looking kid, and he was introducing himself as Jim Horan. Jim Horan is my party, and kind of like that. And people had no idea who I was because they were invited to a party, and it was a great time. And he says, remember that story you told me about remember the girl that you worked with? Now, I was dating an Irish American girl. And she came to the party, and we ended up breaking up over Christmas. Because the party was not bringing people together. Because I wasn't making over her house or anything like that. She came over late. I was probably too shit-faced. I didn't even remember she came over. So the next morning, I wake up around 10:30, and I turn over, and I look over, and I don't see the girl I was dating. I see the girl I work with who's married.
Oops.
No, but I see her. I'm not saying it was her, because it wasn't her. It was a girl, because I worked with the girl. I knew the girl I worked with more, and my brain that was waking up from the drunken stupor was slowly making the connections. And then finally, I look back 3 times. I go, fuck, what am I going to do? My life's ruined. I can't go back to work. I work with my dad. Blah, blah, blah. I can't go back. And so I'm friends with I'm friends with her husband. She said she got in an argument. She had told me she had gotten in an argument with her husband that they wanted to come to my party and all that stuff. And then my party became such a thing. It was such a bullshit party. When I say a bullshit party, I just threw the party together, and it became the party to go to on Christmas Eve. Right? And I didn't know it was causing people arguments, stuff like that. And I woke up, and I was thinking, fuck, I put a nail in their relationship. It wasn't. It was the girl that I was dating for that time for the last 6 hours. Because I mean, first of all, it took me about all of 4 hours to get sober enough to get the place straightened up enough that I could leave it. Because you can't leave a place a total wreck. Because I knew I was going to have to come back. And go to my family's house. And I never made it to the girl's house. And that was the death knell for that. But she should have known by seeing that party. There was no way I was going to make it to her house.
Sounds like a completely successful party.
Yeah, it was. But this guy, Kevin McNichols, came up and told me. And he said, Kevin, were you offended by that? And he goes, I thought it was fucking hilarious. We were laughing our ass off so much when you were trying to wrap that rope around me. I mean, it's like stringing someone up, but I was trying to string it around his waist and stuff like that. We used to do that, Good Friday parties. We did one in an apartment, a small apartment. We had 80 people in a small apartment. 2-1 apartment. 80 people. And we put a bar that was long as from here, about 12 feet over. We put a bar there. And I had 2 bartenders behind it. A little fucking apartment. We had 8 people in. We did dance. We were almost evicted because we almost broke the floor in the place. And I came out in a bathrobe with no clothes on. I was dancing at the end of the night. And my roommate said, yeah, this girl smacked you like 3 times. So what girl smacked me? The girl that's sleeping in your room right now. Yeah, okay. So, but that's the kind of parties we had. And this guy came in and reminded me of those things. That was good times. I always thought that maybe I'm remembering things wrong. I don't even remember half of them. It's amazing. The things, and it must be like the Keys. And I did I tell you about we're going to finish up. I'll talk about the Key West stories.
Oh, when you went down to Key West.
Yes.
For the podcast. Yeah.
We did 2 shows from there. I would like to do that with you guys sometime. Went down and we did a show at Key West Smuggler Company with Jim Martin. And I was very, what would you call that? I wasn't sober, but I wasn't driving either. But I was very reserved with the amount of liquor because we were in a tasting room and they kept on offering me drinks. I said, listen, we got to do a second show. And I got to figure out how to use the board. And this thing, I can't keep on doing this. And then I had to go to Irish Kevin's and they opened up the bar for me on the 2nd floor. When I went to Irish Kevin's, I was talking to Kevin, and Irish Kevin doesn't drink. You know that?
No.
Irish Kevin doesn't drink anymore. And we went up to the balcony and did a show. We're talking and the assistant manager's there. And her name was Daylin. I was there with Jim Martin. And Irish Kevin, I interviewed Irish Kevin first. He says, oh, help yourself to whatever we have. He said, I said, well, I got all this equipment too. I got to bring back, so I can't get all shit faced. I'm staying at the motel. I'm cabbing it, so I'm not driving, doing everything responsible. It's the least amount of drinking I did for big shows. And while I'm doing a show, a very comely bartender with a shirt cut down like right here.
He's showing at the bottom of his sternum.
Yeah. Around here, it's just a t-shirt cut, and beautiful breast, beautiful, luscious breast. Woman, let me specify that. She has adhesive tape in one hand, and she comes over talking, and she's talking to us, and she sees the microphone and stuff like that, and she's not making a connection. I said, "Oh, bring her over here and stuff." And she's talking. She sits down. We start talking. She says, "My name's Aaron." I said, "With an E or an A?" And she goes, "An A? No, an E. I'm a woman." I go, wait a second. There's A-R-O-N, not A-A-R-O-N. And there's other ones. I've seen alternate spellings for Aaron. I did. It's rare. I'll give it a bad. It's rare and stuff like that. But she has the adhesive tape. And I go, what are you up to? What are you putting posters up here or something like that? She goes, no, I got to go and tape my boobs.
Tape her boobs?
Tape her boobs. Right there for it. I know it's not an explosive subject, but it's like, you're 30 years old or 29 years old. You're telling me about your boobs. I don't want to hear about that. I do want to hear about it. I want to actually see it, but I actually don't want to see or hear about it. You don't have to tell me. You can keep your secrets to yourself. That you have to take it. And the girl, the assistant manager, Daylin, sweetheart, says, oh, well, she has those fake boobs. And in order to keep them in there, she has to tape them. And I don't know necessarily what she's doing because they're here and here. And I'm pointing to my chest, and you have the cut in the middle. So what's the tape for?
Is it to hold them to each side so that you don't have like a nip slip?
Like nip coming to the center?
Right, yeah.
How do you do that?
I don't know. I would think that.
And how do you do all that taping? Is that comfortable?
I wouldn't think any tape.
We just throw a bar. And there's sexy bras and all that stuff. Why not just throw a bra?
I don't know. Maybe it's sexier to not wear a bra and have the bra strap visible around the back.
I used to like that stuff with that Madonna stuff. I know some attractive girls I remember in the 90s used to wear with the bras showing. I thought they were attractive. They were suggestive.
Madonna?
Not so much Madonna. Once a guy starts, you take a picture of someone peeing on you, you question their, no. You know what, Madonna? I took a pause. There's a lot of dead air. I apologize.
I don't.
Madonna
really
just didn't do it for me. She was maybe for about 30 minutes. Nope, it wasn't the teeth. It wasn't the teeth. She has an excellent. My God, I think Lady Gaga, who objectively is before the operation was seriously much more sexier than Madonna was. Just the way she looked, with her nose and all. I thought Lady Gaga was gorgeous.
Stephanie Germanotta. I think she's beautiful too.
Who? Stephanie Germanotta. Who's that?
Lady Gaga.
Yeah, I think she's.
Her real name.
Oh, that's her real name. Yeah. I see things in people that
she's exotic, I think is the term. Lady Gaga. Yeah. As opposed to.
She's an Italian.
Well, so is what's her name?
Madonna.
Cucina. What's her name? Cucinelli.
Cucinelli.
Cucina Madonna was Cucinelli.
Madonna's Italian.
That's Cucinelli.
You didn't know that?
No, I knew that.
No,
I didn't think that Cucinelli was.
What's that? What's that Jewish mysticism? Thing that she became.
Her alter ego.
Oh God, we got to talk about female alter egos now.
I thought she was.
Pee-wee.
Isn't she really into? Isn't she really into Buddhism?
No, she became Jewish. Jewish mysticism. It's called. I forgot the name of it.
Rockle.
No, it's not Rockle.
A board game.
Rockle sounds like a rap artist.
Rockle.
Oh, you're just making it fun.
No, I'm
that's
not.
Good.
I'm not.
I applaud you. I applaud you, Jenna, for making up this
I thought it was a board game. I want to play some Rockle.
Rockle
sounds
it's like Raquel.
Is that
or like Rachel.
You use dreidels?
Yes, it would be Raquel
what's that
with
one?
a dreidel.
It's
Raquel with a dreidel.
Yes, Rachel with a dreidel.
Rachel with.
It's Raquel.
There's a performer for you.
Yeah.
There is a wait a second. Jewish. Oh my God. Wonder Woman's Jewish. Gal Gadot.
That's the new Wonder Woman.
Gadot or whatever her name is.
Gal Gadot.
She is.
That's the new Wonder
incredible.
Woman.
Classic beauty. One that rarely do I find it. Well, Charlize Theron.
And she was in Fast and the Furious.
I've never seen one of those movies. Believe it or not.
That's because you like electric cars instead of fast cars. Boom!
Well, if you're smart enough to know, then electric cars are faster. Actually, they just made one that was...
Yeah, electric cars are faster.
200 and something miles an hour?
Yeah, electric cars are faster. Per pound, you could get a car, you could probably get an electric car going faster than any other car.
I retract my previous statement. I would like to get away from the electric cars now. Thank you.
Oh, hey, can you grab me a beer?
Yeah.
Do a tone for that?
Of course I will.
Open one?
Yeah.
You don't have to atone for that. I thought it was great. That was perfect timing. So we were talking about, hey, you know what, Joe? I want to do a segment for us. Would you be happy to do this? Well, I'm going to pop this on you. Okay? It's going to be called Straight Guy, Gay Guy.
Go for it.
Well, I'm going to talk about good-looking guys, famous guys, who we find most attractive. Now, I'm right down to mature guys.
Papa Joe.
Oh,
He's
Papa
very
Joe's a
handsome.
handsome guy.
Stop.
Handsome guy. George Clooney. I like it because of his political advocacy, that he cares about Sudanese and all that stuff. I know, hey, listen, if you got a political problem with him, that's fine.
Yeah, but you said,
I always thought he's handsome.
You said
George Clooney.
Attractive. Right?
Oh, you don't find him attractive?
Not really. I mean, let me qualify
That's all right.
that.
You don't have to.
No, I'll
explain
qualify
yourself.
that. He's an attractive guy.
Yeah.
Do I find him like super attractive or no? He's a good-looking guy. As far as like
On the exterior.
personal attraction,
yeah.
Like do I find him sexy or something like that? No.
Okay. Well, that's all you have to do. Okay, you pick a guy, and I'll tell you. Right.
Oh well.
Let's say the same age group.
How
about
the first name that comes to Brad Pitt?
He's a handsome guy.
Super handsome guy.
Super handsome guy.
Yeah.
Well, he's smart too. I think he's smart.
He's a total stoner, dude.
Well, yeah, you're right. You know what? Okay. See, I'm going to disagree with something. Okay. Matthew McConaughey.
No.
Matthew McConaughey, yes, very attractive.
No.
Yep. And
Yeah.
kind of quirky, huh?
In a exotic kind of way. Yeah, sure.
Yeah,
absolutely.
quirky.
All right.
All right.
He's got a body that'll knock you out.
Yeah. Oh, fucking man. Yeah. Hey, look at that. I don't care. You know what? I'm comfortable doing it.
That
You know
man
what?
works
Attractive
very hard
trait-
at that. He's got a
attractive.
very
You know what?
attractive
Attractive trait. People that, pick someone. I want to get a disagreement coming on there. Mark Wahlberg.
Yes.
No.
You don't
Too
find
short.
him attractive?
He has a good body. He has a pig face. To me.
Yeah, I would say he's got an average face.
Dwayne Johnson.
The Rock. So,
He's really funny.
I call him a 7.5 with a 10 body.
I would. He's
I'm not really into built guys, though, so it's almost
no,
unfair.
but he's really funny.
He is
so,
funny.
Like,
He's straight
personality
sharp.
wise, like, and then he like.
Okay,
steps
is there
up to-
anybody? Okay. Come on, you
He's
pick someone.
awesome.
Throw me off.
Throw him off. Throw him off.
Pick a uniquely handsome guy.
Oh,
I could throw one in
Matrix. What's
there. Oh, Keanu Reeves.
Keanu Reeves?
Don't you have a problem because of his being learning disabled?
What?
Why? He's not attractive?
Why
No,
would
he
you-
has dyslexia, correct?
No, I was just joking.
Dyslexia.
No, I was just
Did you hear him?
joking.
Did you hear him?
No,
At first he
I
said,
believe he has dyslexia.
I know. I was joking about that.
But at first-
Gavin Newsom, the governor of California, who is a stone cold hot guy, has dyslexia.
Yeah.
I was calling Keanu Reeves someone that had a learning disability, not that.
Okay.
But that's from the earlier one. Keanu Reeves, yes, he did come because he just always seemed like he was slightly.
I'll give you one.
Okay.
So, because he's been acting for a long time.
So he's an older guy.
He's an older guy.
Let's hear it.
He's probably 70-something now.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
English actor,
De
right?
Niro.
De Niro's a handsome guy.
He's a
De
very
Niro's
handsome guy.
Well, part of it's because of his the way he carries himself.
His persona.
his attitude.
How about Harvey Keitel then?
Oh, big time.
Okay.
Yeah.
Christ. Oh, the guy that plays the butler now, Jeremy Irons.
No. See, I don't find him attractive.
Okay. You watch a Game of Thrones at all?
No.
Okay, let's. Tom Cruise.
No.
The Tom Cruise?
No.
Any other action star? How about the guy that plays Ray Donovan? Liev Schreiber. I think he's interesting.
No, I
looking.
think Lee Shriver, I've seen him in interviews, and, of course, Jason Statham.
He's not Liev Schreiber.
No, but
Oh, Jason Statham's a handsome guy.
he's
Oh,
very
he's hot. He is
He's
hot.
very hot.
He is hot. You're right.
But Liv Schreiber,
Yeah. I think he has a great voice.
he's talented beyond all get out, but do I find him? I don't find him visually attractive, but he has my greatest admiration as an actor. He's a wonderful actor. Jason Statham, kudos on the body, but then I would put him in your Mark Wahlberg category for face. He has just kind of an average Joe face.
Okay, well, how about Daniel Craig?
Daniel Craig, yes.
You say no?
I
think
yes.
I always thought Daniel Craig was he supplanted every previous Bond with the physicality that he had with the Bond thing.
No, he gets A's across the board there as far as that's concerned.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Smart,
yeah, no.
sharp dresser, carries himself well.
Yeah. Plus, he's I don't know if you've ever seen him in interviews. He's he's a very gentle guy.
Mm-hmm.
He's an actor. he seems like a really nice guy, but
we did send a preview.
What a body! Holy cow!
How about Russell Crowe?
Young Russell Crowe.
Russell Crowe, older.
Older Russell Crowe, not so much.
Oh well, so what?
Young Russell Crowe was a hottie, absolutely.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Oh, that guy, that Canadian actor, the one that was in First Man, and oh God, he was in The Notebook. Ryan Gosling.
Yeah, I know exactly.
Unique looking guy.
Yes.
When he looks sharp, he either looks like a drab. He can either look drab, normal guy. Wouldn't notice. And he did Crazy Stupid Love. In Crazy Stupid Love, the way they dressed him up, the way he got in thing, he was just so together that the way he acted. There's some people out there, and women, and there are women like that too. They get, I don't know, it's going to be, there's one. Helen Mirren, very sexy. She has a presence about her. Judi Dench, I'm naming some that. But there are some American actresses like that. Meryl Streep. Very sexy. And thing. I'm picking those people that carry themselves well.
I would say Kate Beckinsale is very beautiful.
Oh, that's beautiful. Young, beautiful, and stuff like that. She's gorgeous.
She's not young, beautiful. Gorgeous. She's the same age as me.
I'm 56. That's young, beautiful. That's young, beautiful. I mean, there's 50-year-old ones that I think are like I call young and beautiful.
But Judi Dench is fucking hilarious, by the way.
Kate Blanchett, Nicole Kidman, I still think they're beautiful. They're young and beautiful. And Charlize Theron's in her 40s now.
They're all in their. They're older than me.
She's hardcore.
Charlize is older than me. So is Kate Blanchett. Actually, they're both pushing 50s.
Yep. So okay, well we did that straight guy, gay guy routine. I think we handed it out pretty good. We hit it out of the park. It's pretty good. I think we have to go in an analysis and pick one guy and give him a rating.
Hey, what about Johnny Depp?
Used to be. Okay, that's funny that you mentioned that. That is an arguably great statement because Johnny Depp, when he was younger, was like super freaking hot.
This is what I'm saying.
I mean, at the right at the beginning, it's
21 Jump Street, dude.
21 Street, no, but even after that,
there was a before.
Even after that, at the beginning, the first Pirates of the Caribbean, he still had it going, but then he got crazy and stuff like that. It's like Nick Nolte used to be. Nick Nolte used to be kind of like one of the.
You know what, though? Nick Nolte,
was like a all-American boy.
I never thought he was handsome, even before he whacked his head.
Oh, Gary Busey, you mean?
Oh, yeah, both of them.
Busey.
Well, yeah, that's right. Gary Busey.
Gary Busey.
Nick Nolte, I never thought he was attractive either.
I mean, it's just good.
Yeah, I know.
But yeah, Johnny Depp, he went off the
Johnny Depp?
One of my first.
Mel Gibson. Oh, you go like it.
Mel Gibson.
Oh, okay.
Young
like
Mel Gibson.
Lethal Weapon 2?
He was with it. I mean, hair.
Weapon, yeah.
Lethal Weapon, he was the hottie.
I mean, he was a man.
Hey, one of my first off-duty jobs was working a movie set, and it was Johnny Depp's first movie, and it was filmed at the Sonesta Beach Hotel on Key Biscayne. And I think he's the same age as me, so he was 19 years old, and I remember him coming and going from the set. Clearly, he stood out as just a beautiful young man. I mean, he was stunning. He was gorgeous, and I still think he's a really attractive guy.
You know what's funny?
As odd as he is.
The weird thing about it is like this. I've always been able to appreciate the beauty in the same sex of someone. But I think where guys get hung up and say you can't say that guy is handsome?
Of course you
What's
can.
your fucking problem? You can't say that. Now, whether you're sexually attracted to him is a different thing.
Of
but
course.
because go and say, what are you, an idiot? There's you see this in plenty of modern society where guys say, the guy is beautiful.
Right.
You can say it, and the guy's comfortable saying it. There's nothing wrong with being attracted to him. Or not being attracted to him.
Now,
it's just the way, right? I mean, and this is what the purpose of this episode is this is what you're attracted to.
We should put a picture of my eldest son on this one.
Why?
No, your eldest.
I have very, very handsome children. All three of my sons
Your men are handsome.
Very, very gorgeous.
You're men. You're young men.
They're my children.
I don't feel comfortable weighing into this conversation.
They're still my children. They're adults, and they're adult men.
You don't want to say,
but
don't put one above the other.
But my oldest son,
I'll give you the time, but don't hang yourself.
I'll scratch my back a little bit on this. Is the only one that looks a little bit like me.
Oh, okay.
Right. Mike and Matt look exactly like their dad, who is also very handsome.
Yeah.
But my oldest son stands out. His features stand out. He just does. And he's a little taller, and his face a little bit more elongated, and he's just he's a very attractive human. All of them are very attractive humans, and I think the babies, the twins, Mike and Matt, all the listeners have heard them all on here, but they're like cute. They're like the cute little sweet guys.
Can I hold up one person as an example of the anti-classic beauty? I'll say this. Henry Kissinger, back in the mid-70s, for some reason, Henry Kissinger was held up as a kind of pseudo-sexual icon. There was a thing, if you believe it or not. Henry Kissinger, at the time, there were women that thought just the accent and thing, and there was nothing about Henry Kissinger you could zero in on other than its intelligence, that was attractive. And that's what the vagaries of human beauty rest on that thing. Like, you don't know what someone is going to be. You can look at something and say, oh yeah, that person's a classic beauty. But then sometimes you go look at someone, and I mentioned this in another show, I can look at someone, oh, they're beautiful. After talking to them a while, I say, they're fucking idiots. And it crashes. The whole system crashes.
Yeah, usually when you meet someone and they open their mouth, they either will affirm their beauty from inside comes out and complements the beauty on the outside, or it's acid and it may as well have just poured on their face, and they prove that they're morons.
Yep.
But you made a point where, I guess what you were kind of asking was, why is it, or that some guys just can't bring themselves to recognize that another guy might be attractive.
Yes.
And yet others do. And it all comes down to, we'll call it's a sense of homophobia. If you're secure in who you are, gay, straight, or otherwise, you can look at someone and go, well, that guy's very attractive. Or it's like if you're in a relationship, let's say your wife, and you notice an attractive woman, and your wife says, you're right, she's very attractive. She's not threatened by it. She's not threatened that you recognize it, because both of you are solid in your relationship.
That is a great thing. Abby told me the other day, when she woke up, she was having dreams, and with two other men she had relationships with before. Not too long ago, I would have been intimidated by that. Right now I go, oh, well, geez, that's what happens in dreams. All things are off and stuff like that. Actually, what's most important, people, if you're going to get upset by things that happen in dreams, you're going to be very disappointed in life.
Damn insecure.
Yeah, you're going to be very insecure. There's a lot of things that happen in dreams that doesn't really matter. Being able to appreciate someone else's beauty does not make you, gay or straight, and it doesn't matter if you are gay or straight. It just matters that you're able to appreciate something. And maybe we shouldn't be all judgmental sometimes about, because there's heavier guys out there that, are attractive. There was a movie called The Tao of Steve, and the guy had like a scruffy beard and all that stuff, and he was really good at getting girls and stuff like that. He was a little overweight and stuff like that. And just the way, and there's girls that, especially there's some women that are bigger that are very confident. They're very confident about their looks and stuff like that. And they attract guys like crazy, back and forth. I'm snapping. I'm doing a snap up and down.
There's heavy-set women and heavy-set men. They're just heavier.
Yeah.
But if you look at them, even before you hear them, they're beautiful.
Yes.
You could just see that they're just heavier. And getting back to what I said way earlier was, we live in a culture that puts a high price on looking like a skinny 20-year-old. And it's very hard to fight that. And again, if you're secure in who you are, I think you just accept people for who they are. I think
we're in a classic period where people are appreciating beauty because we have the plus size models and all that stuff.
Yeah, it's
where they go and experiencing people that are
because it's reality,
older and beautiful, and say, well, wait a second. Here's an older person that's beautiful, and look how this person looked when they were young, and look how they look now. And some people age. It's like a wine. Some people age like wines. Some people they peaked when they were 20, and they didn't do anything to really widen their appeal. They didn't learn anything. They didn't experience anything. They didn't become different. And they're still locked in that 20-year-old mentality. This is where I looked at it. And you don't look that way anymore. And that's all you had. He's a handsome motherfucker. That is my favorite. He's handsome. He looks like an Italian supermodel.
He is Greek.
Okay. Oh, wait. Yeah. I'm not comparing him to your other sons, too.
Let me see the picture.
If you gave your other sons, if they got
if you were
contact lenses and stuff like that, and a beard like that, I bet they look a lot.
How about you look at your phone, because then you will see.
I'm not looking at my phone when I'm working. I try to focus on the people in front of me.
I sent you a picture of all three of them, and they're all very, very.
Maybe this is going to be a picture. This is going to be a picture. This is going to be. We're probably going to have to put a picture up of those kids.
You should.
I think we'll call this episode "A Thing of Beauty."
Thing of Beauty. A Thing of Beauty.
Here we go.
My little guys.
It was a great episode. We're at almost an hour.
Well, you know what we need to remember?
What? Beauty comes from inside.
It really does.
Content of character.
Yes.
Okay.
And they are
above and beyond everything. Everything else is
window
extras.
And might I add?
I do them.
What?
That
Joe's
daughter. Oh my goodness. Both his daughters.
See, I wouldn't have said that about your daughter, even though I bet I would.
Oh.
But I mean, I bet I would.
They're very good looking girls.
I know. I wouldn't say that because
why?
It's inappropriate.
It's not inappropriate.
I mean,
they both got big boobs.
We were talking about some of
They both got really big boobs.
Some of the most gorgeous young women.
Oh yeah,
ever.
brunettes.
Yes. Yeah.
Blondes.
Yes.
Oh,
well,
I like both.
Dirty blondes.
Dirty blondes.
Yeah. Okay. This is you know what? I delve too deeply. We mind too intently. I think it's time to end. We're gonna end the show with, oh God, no, Joe did the licking thing, the quick.
Okay, well, thing. You know what it was? Son, my oldest son came to visit, and he took, one of his brother's motorcycles and was riding around town, hanging out while we were all at work one day.
Okay.
And as Ryan was down at the beach at Harry Harris, and this is before Irma.
Yeah.
When everything was still open.
Yeah.
And, Ryan decided to walk down there and, go for a little stroll and dip his feet in the sand and dip his feet in the salt water. And there was all of a sudden there was these these two guys that were taking pictures of him, and Ryan noticed it. And he was like, are you guys taking pictures of me? And they were like, yes. And I was like, well, wait, were they good pictures? And both of these guys were like, they were excellent pictures. And Ryan's like, well, could you at least text them to me so I can have the pictures? Like,
really?
Like, it's great. Like, it's cool.
You're going to give us your phone number?
But please, will you just text me the pictures?
You should have said that. Send me photos. Maybe I come over there, and then he gets the photos, and then
Ryan got the photos,
and then immediately blocked the number.
And one of the photos is right here, which I'm showing Jim right now, is my son sitting on the rocks at the beach that was taken by these two very, very sweet gay men that were taking pictures of my son at the beach because
it looks like a shot for a magazine.
Wait a second. Those guys had to be like 8 feet away from your son.
No, this is actually I zoomed in so you could see it. It was from a distance.
15 feet.
Yeah, but my son noticed that they were taking pictures of him. So that's why he was just like, hey, if you're going to take pictures of me, that's cool. But
okay.
if you
at some point, you got to go.
Hey, are you sure that he wasn't cruising the beach?
Yeah.
You never know. I mean, this is Ryan we're talking about.
Wait a second. Now you're doing a disservice to Ryan.
I can pick on him as much as I want to. I brought him.
Let's end the show before we ruin their
Love you guys.
Yeah, thank you, Jenna.
My pleasure.
Thank you, Papa Joe.
You're more than welcome.
We're going to be back. again in another episode.